Hello everyone, this is just a dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and show you how to set up for the first time, and I might show you the first look. We'll see how it goes. This is the brand new Dreame L10S Ultra Generation 2. So it's on sale for $600 right now. Don't know a whole lot about it, but let's explore it together. We're going to unbox it, put it together, hook it up to our smartphone, map our house, and then we're going to start using it a little bit. Okay, here's everything that comes in the box. We get the 2 mop pads, a side brush, a power cord, a cleaning brush, an extra dust bag, some cleaning solution. There's the robot. First thing we're going to do is we got to put the ramp on. Now make sure that's nice and flush. Now up here, this is the dust bin. So you will have to change out this dust bag once in a while. The robot's going to vacuum your house. It'll come back here. There's another vacuum that kicks on inside here that sucks everything out of the robot into this bag. So you'll have to change that. Now this does have a concentrated solution container, and that's what you're going to put this Dreame solution in here. It doesn't come with enough to fill it all the way up, but this concentrated solution, it's going to mix with the clean water to fill the robot's internal water tank and to wash the mop pads. If we keep going up top, we've got this is a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. So you're going to fill this up with just clean water. Looks like there is a little indicator down there to let us know if it's empty. This is the dirty water tank. You will have to empty this out once in a while and clean it. So the robot's going to go mop your floors, and then it's going to come back and the robot is going to clean these mop pads in the base station. And then it's going to suck the dirty water up into the dirty water tank. Now around back, you're going to plug the cord in. It is 6 feet long. It is 3-pronged. There is some cord storage. Make sure this switch is on. It comes in the on position. The 0 is off. The line or down is on. It looks like it's going to consume 4.1 amps or 2 amps when it's just charging it. Front to back, you're going to need about 17.5 inches. Left to right, 13.5. Now, you do need quite a bit above it because you do have to lift those all the way up. 34 inches. Now, the unit's only 23 inches tall, but you do have to lift that lid all the way up and lift those up. Okay, here's the base station. There's where it's going to auto empty. There's where it's going to fill the robot up with water and solution. It's going to charge it. This is where it's going to blow hot air. Yeah, it does blow hot air onto the mop pads to dry them. Now, it only uses room temperature water to wash. It doesn't heat the water. There's where the water is going to come out, and it's going to spin the mop pads, and then it's going to suck the dirty water up. You will have to take this out and take this to the sink. There is a little filter here. It's very easy to take this to the sink and clean it. Yeah, the dirty water gets sucked out right here. There's a little port, so it's right down there. You simply just put it back. Okay, switching gears over to the robot. We had some plastic on the top. It does have LiDAR navigation. I really like LiDAR navigation. It does a good job of mapping your house. Now this has a sensor on the front. It doesn't take pictures or anything, but I'll go over the sensors a little bit. We want to make sure and remove these bumper pads. So this one and this one. Make sure there's no plastic. I don't see any plastic. There's a sensor there also. On the back here, we want to remove this. This is where it's going to fill the robot up, alignment, and then this is charging, and this is a sensor to help it back up. Here's where it auto empties the dust bin. Lift this up. This is the dust bin. So it's going to vacuum your house. Everything's going to go into here, and then it'll get sucked out of this little trap door into the base station. There is a filter here. You are going to have to clean this once in a while. It is reusable. You just have to wash it and then let it dry in the sun. Then you can put this back. Okay, let's flip it over and take a look. Here is, it can extend one of the mop pads. So we need to install these. Now, once in a while, you will have to replace these. They're just held on with Velcro. And you can even put these in your laundry to kind of freshen them up. They're super easy to put back on. Now, the robot does have a water tank, and it's going to spray water on top of the mop pads to keep them nice and wet. And again, it can move this one out. It can extend it to the side, and it can raise these up and down 0.41 inches. Here we have the drive wheels. We have the single brush roller. Take this off. We can see there's what it looks like. It comes together. So, and then we do have a carpet sensor up here. A little hard to see. Carpet sensor. This is just a free spinning wheel. These are fall off sensors. These are little glass windows. You'll have to wipe those off occasionally so it doesn't fall down your stairs. Now we do have one brush we got to put on. It looks like it's a square. Snap it on. Now this is ready to go. Let's measure with the LiDAR fixed. Let's measure how tall it is. It's right at 3 7/8, almost 3 3/4 tall. Width, you're looking at almost 14 inches wide. Okay, so if you notice there's a big spot opening here, I did send the Dreame X50 back. There's the X40. I will be comparing this to the Dreame L10S, the original one, and I have the heat one. So this is the Generation 2. I do like that they give you some solution. It's not enough to fill it up. At least Roborock doesn't give you any solution. So at least they give you some to get started. And I have been experimenting with putting floor cleaner in here. Now, they're never going to recommend that. But I've been trying some Fabulosa. It's in some different robots right now. Not the Dreames yet, but I'll let you know how those testings go. Okay, let's fill the clean water. Look, it keeps catching on something. Let's fill the clean water up with clean water. Okay, I've got the clean water filled up with clean water. Let me show you this trick. Take your dirty water tank. This is Listerine mouthwash. I saw this on TikTok, and people have been telling me in the comments, put a couple, I just bought this. This is just a foaming thing. Put a couple drops or just a little bit in here. This is going to prevent odor. These things will start stinking so bad when you start using them. And as that water builds up, it builds up bacteria, and the bacteria is what's smelling. But the Listerine has alcohol. I'm not sure how it does it, but it smells a lot better. I just finished up a long day reviewing all the Eufy and doing comparisons. So I have had this. I bought this with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. I've had this robot for about 3 months, but I bought it before we started the studio, and it just got stuck in the back where I had to finish the studio first. And then they released a bunch of robots, the SARS and everything. So anyway, let's get this going. I'm going to have to scan that QR code right here. I do have it plugged in. I've got a white light because I've got the clean water tank full. Okay, get the Dreame app. You know, if you keep swiping, it may just open up. You have to log in with the username and password. But here, let's add. Or let's scan the QR code. Scan the QR code on the robot. All right, let's go do it. All right. And I'm using an iPad Air. Okay, so pick your Wi-Fi. Give it your Wi-Fi password. I have to turn on the device. So if I just dock it, it's going to turn it on. I could just turn it on right there, but give it a little bit. The lights started flashing. I got to hear a tone, and then I'm going to select that. Okay, there's the tune, and it'll say charging. Click that little checkbox, hit next. Press and hold the 2 outside buttons. All right.
Robot. Please open Robot's cover and scan QR code to download Dreame Home app to view more operations.
I better wait. All right. Press the 2 outside buttons. That's going to reset the Wi-Fi. You can do this if you're having troubles.
For the network configuration.
All right. Now let's go back to the app. I heard. Click that. Next, after join connect, you have to join. It's going to transmit a Wi-Fi signal. You've got to join the Wi-Fi signal, and hopefully it all transitions properly, but you may have to manually join the Wi-Fi signal from the robot. Okay, looks like it's working. We should get some green check marks.
Robot and phone connected. Please return to app to wait for the result.
All right, 3 check marks is what we need.
Network connected successfully.
There'll probably be an update. Always is. Okay, 3 check marks, finished. Yeah, this thing's 27%. Let's go to device. Okay, you got to agree to the user agree. I don't know why we're agreeing because it doesn't take pictures. Mop extend is on. That's good. It's going to extend the mop. Map. This is just going to walk you through an editorial. There's the update. So confirm the update. Go ahead and turn automatic updates on and then hit update now. I'll let you know how long this takes. Okay, looks like it's got the current version 439.12.11. Confirm. All right, so now we're back. This is the app. Let's go through a few settings real quick, but we're going to do a fast mapping here in just a second. But let's go through the settings. Clean history, schedule a cleanup. That definitely put this on a schedule. That's the best advice I give people. Carpet settings. Vacuum. Robot will lift the mop pads and vacuum carpets. Vacuum and mop. No vacuuming in mop mode. Just leave it on vacuum. If you want, you could avoid carpets or ignore them. I like that it has clean carpets first. That's a super important. Yeah, I'm going to turn that one on. Not right now, but I will. I'm going to leave intensive carpet cleaning off. Now, carpet boost, it gets really loud when it's on carpet. So if you don't want it to be really loud, you can turn that off, but it decreases suction a little bit. Floor settings. Collision avoidance is on. Clean along floor direction. I eventually will turn that on, but we're going to have it clean our house a few times. AI. There's the mop extend. That's on. That's good. I always have high frequency. That's how often it extends that mop. Gap cleaning, I usually leave that off and around furniture legs. I don't necessarily need that. Cleaning pets. This is later on after you've used it for a while, you can turn this on and you can, in the map, you'll show it where a pet bed is and it will clean differently around a pet bed. Dock settings. Oh, auto detergent is off. Well, that should not be off. Auto wash is on. Washing mode. Again, it's light, standard, or deep. It washes with cold water. Dry. It does dry with hot air. I usually turn this down to 2 hours. Seems to be enough. Auto empty. You can turn it off, standard or high frequency. I do high frequency. Clean the washboard base manually. That's when we're going to need to clean the washboard base. Dock settings, voice and volume, more functions. Do not disturb. That's on. Make sure that's on. This thing will start in the middle of the night. I'm going to turn mine off because I've got it in the studio. Off-peak charging. Resume and clean is on by default. So if it needs to recharge, it'll go recharge and then finish the clean job. Remote control, I've never used. Wi-Fi management, device care. Automatic, so basically you could add a water supply drain test. Oh, automatic water supply and drain empty. You can drain the robot. So if you're going to store the robot, you can empty the internal water tank. Locate the robot is right here. It's a little different looking. Device maintenance. Where's the accessory usage? This is the one. Filter, 150 hours, but that's a caveat. That's when you replace it. You're going to need to clean that filter in the dustbin about every 2 weeks. They don't tell you that. It will never make 150 hours. Side brushes, sensors, mop pads, replace as needed, and same with the dust bag. It's not going to remind you. Help, device information, you can change the name. That's important if you want to use those smart devices. Square feet. Suggestions, device sharing, and firmware update, which we turned on. Okay, let's do a fast mapping. Now, you're going to make sure all the doors are open, and then your house is relatively picked up. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Start mapping.
It's just going to randomly go through your house. Don't follow it around. It's not going to clean or anything, but it's just randomly going to go around your house, and it's really cool watching it generate this map. I love LiDAR navigation, and eventually this will look like your house. Okay, I did some shuffling. I got the original L10S. That's the Gen 2 in the middle, and that's the L50. The L50. I got a spot. I'll be bringing over the L10S Heat. It's at the house still. All right, so it mapped. That didn't take long at all. Let's proceed to adjustment. This is where you can... Okay, so I closed off a door, so it didn't take very long, but let's divide a room. This one right here. So you can move this red line. If it's dotted, that means it won't do it. But if it's solid, that means it will. See how it's dotted? It's not going to do the divide. But right there, nope. There, hit the check mark, and it's going to divide that into 2 different rooms. All right. Now we want to rename. These are important if you want to use the the smart devices. So that's the, let's call that, I can give it a, let's give it a custom name. Now you can hide certain rooms. You can, so say it made too many rooms, you can merge rooms into one room. But let's go back now, hit the map icon. I like that we have cleaning sequence we can adjust. Room partition is where we were just at. Ground environment, we're gonna wait and do that later. But you can select floor material, carpet. Oh, virtual thresholds. This is good. I don't know exactly, I do have a threshold right here. So add a threshold. This sometimes can be hard to find how tall a threshold it can do. Carpet, you can add a piece of carpet. I do know I have a piece of carpet over here, and I'll add it right here. But you don't have to do this right now. I'm just showing you how to do it. What I suggest is have your robot clean your entire house with vacuum only, and it's going to go around with that carpet sensor and identify all the carpet. And you'll see it a lot more clear on the map. All right, and floor material. Floor material, I can do horizontal or vertical. I do want to do this. All right, so this room goes, it's that way. And you should see it line up. Yeah. See how that, if you want it to clean in the direction of the floor tile, you can have it go this way or that way. And this one is this way. Let's go back, adjust the map. Let's do no-go zones. We can do virtual walls, no mop zones, and let's do a virtual wall. So back here, I don't want it to go in this half of the room. It'll never go past that red line, wherever you put that. But I'm just gonna put a no-go zone. I know it's gonna struggle over here, right along this wall here. There's some cords. Yeah, moving that could be tricky. There. And you can add a bunch of no-go zones. Let's go back to no mop zone now. Now it should lift the mop pads, but you can, if it's struggling in an area, and basically after you've identified where all the carpet is by the robot vacuuming your house first, you could really fine tune and really put no mop zones where they need to go. All right, what else did we have? Furniture, I don't necessarily add furniture. I don't really understand the point of this yet, so I don't add the furniture. You can always do that later. Cleaning sequence. I really do like cleaning sequence. So when you press to clean the entire house, what order do you want it to do in? And then you just got to drag these, like room 4, I don't have it labeled yet, but you just drag them up and put them in whatever order, and you'll see the numbers change accordingly. So I want room 5, corner. Oh, they're calling it room 5, but they don't say corner. That's interesting. I want it to be number 1. And you'll see, yeah, room 5. Okay, there's room 5. It's number 1. So I do like being able to do the cleaning sequence. This can do multi-floor map. I've got it selected. We'll do multi-floor map. Click OK, and you can create another map. So you'd have to take the robot downstairs or upstairs and hit create map. All right, so here we are. We're going to do a really quick test. Yeah, I know I added new sequence. You're always getting these little pop-up reminders. There's our battery charge. Not much had changed in the settings. So let's say we want to do a whole house clean. You would just hit clean. You could do a room clean. You would select the room you want to clean. You could clean them, and it would clean them in that order too. You can do a zone. So you would move this zone around, and you could add another zone. So you could add different zones. But let's go back to all. Let's click on custom. Now this does have Clean Genius. And it's basically, you can do vacuum and mop or mop after vacuum. This is the one I recommend, mop after vacuum, Clean Genius. Or again, we can do custom. So we can do vacuum only, vacuum and mop, mop after vacuum, or a custom. 4 levels of suction. Again, 32 levels of wetness. That's how wet you can get the mop pad. Mop washing frequency. This is super important. Since there's no real sensors on this, by square foot, by time, or by room. So say you wanted to wash the kitchen, but not the bathroom with the same water, you could do by room. By time, it's going to be just the best judge. Clean Genius figures it out for you. It uses more water, but let's go back here. Okay, and then the quick pattern, it's going to get done quicker, but it might miss a little bit, so I leave mine in the standard pattern. And that's it for that. Let's click on the dock. We can start an auto empty here. We can start a wash. We can start a dry. And you can stop the dry also if it's getting annoying.
Start cleaning mop pad.
Whoops, I guess I must have hit that.
Paused.
But let's go ahead and clean a room. It'll wash that mop pad. Let's do this room right here. Let's do a room. This way it'll give you an idea of what yours should sound like. I'll be doing a detailed review later. Vacuum and mop, standard, moist is okay. Yep. Let's do it.
Start selected.
Okay, we're watching the one in the middle. This is the Gen 2. It's going to wash the mop pads with cold water, well, the room temperature water. And what you're hearing is a pump kicking on, putting water down there, spinning the mop pads, and then it's going to suck. You'll hear the dirty water pump kick on. It's going to suck the water up into the dirty water tank. This usually takes about 2 minutes. And it's going to tell us what it's doing, mop washing. We get a little icon there. And I love how we're going to see it travel in the app. I really do like that. That should be the standard. So the biggest thing we're lacking here is no video, no camera on the front, nothing in the dock that senses dirt and tells the robot to go remop an area. So they've taken out some sensors, but we do have mop extend, which I really do like. But the side brush doesn't extend, just the mop pad. All right, it washed the mop pads, got them all nice and wet, but again, it does have an internal tank that's going to spray water down there according to what wetness we set. I did put a little dirt on the floor just to, and again, I don't normally recommend, like if you have a big mess, don't vacuum and mop at the same time. Have it go vacuum first. It ends up being just a big mess if you've got a bunch of dirt and mud. Nice and quiet. Now the original Dreame L10S, there's nothing, you know, my mother-in-law has it and she loves it. There's that mop extend. And you could increase the extension around those legs. I didn't turn that on. And it should go right up next to this wall, but that register, not sure what it'll do with the floor register. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't like floor registers. It goes around them. Sometimes it goes right over them. Now here it knows it's right next to the wall. And again, we do get smearing. The theory is that mop pad has to capture the dirt, and then the robot has to take it back to the base station to rinse it off. So if you know you have a big mess, do 2 passes. All right, here it is going over that mud. Now that mud is not dried on. It's actually a little damp, so it makes it easier to clean. And see, I should have had it do two. I should have had to do 2 passes. You can click the little 2 right there. But now it's going to come back and wash out the mop pads with standard water. Doesn't heat it. But again, we can see, didn't really show us any obstacles, but it showed the cleaning pattern. Again, I should have put that on 2 because it just barely cleaned that. Now it's going to auto empty. It's going to auto empty the dust bin.
Charging. Start auto empty.
Yep, that's not super loud. That's pretty good. Now it's going to wash the mop pads. And at the end it's going to dry them with hot air. Yeah, it's always giving you updates, cleaning mop pad, adding water. But again, the first thing you should do is do an all and do it vacuum only. And it'll start to show you, it'll pop up where all your carpet is. Even rugs that you have in certain areas, it'll show where all that's at. And then you can just you can fine tune your map a lot better once it shows you where all the carpet is. And that's by doing an entire house clean on vacuum only. I like to do that twice. Put it on a schedule. It's better to go up and tell it to stop cleaning than to start cleaning. You typically don't remember, hey, I got to remember, go tell it to clean, go tell it to clean. Or I could use the app. But if you tell it to clean like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the typical schedule I have is mop 2 days a week, at least once a week. It'll mop the kitchen, maybe twice, and then clean the entire house, mop and vacuum. To start off with 3, you can work your way down to 2. I mean, you can do it as much as you want. You're just going to use a lot of water. Yeah, here's the original Dreame L10S. Water tanks are bigger on the Gen 2. It doesn't have mop extend. Oh, the suction power is not as great. I forgot, and I think it does. Oh, the solution's different. It's right there. That's a proprietary solution. I like when they have a tank. You can just dump your own. Well, not your own, but you can fill it up with Dreame. But I've been experimenting putting like Fabulosa in here and everything. So I'm doing that on some older ones downstairs in the basement. It'll void the warranty, I'm sure, if they think you put like floor cleaner in here. Oops. I just told this has buttons on it. I forgot, yeah. Told it to do something. I keep hitting buttons today.
Please empty the used water tank timely.
All right, there's the fan.
Hydrating mop pads.
It's got a little hum to it. A little annoying. What the? Where's the dirty water? That's unexpected. It never even, these aren't even wet. What's going on?
Mop pads removed. Mop pads installed.
It's not even wet. Probably got a bum unit. Way past the warranty now. What? This is so unexpected. Okay. This is just not you. We need.
Mop pad drying complete. Drying stopped. Start cleaning mop pads.
It's not taking any water. Oh boy.
Insufficient water. Please fill the clean water tank. Insufficient water.
I think it might be working now. I don't know. I wanna. Ah, ain't no water down there.
Return to the dock to charge.
Huh. Okay. I tried it again. So, I mean, this is ended up being a different video. I'm sorry, but oh, I think it's taking water now. I just lifted that up and down. It might be because I didn't use it for like. I mean, this thing sat for 4 months probably while I was finishing the studio. I think it's taking water now. And again, I just lifted that up and down, kind of like priming a Keurig. We'll see. So here's what it looks like when it dry mops. I thought it should have done a little better job than that, but I wasn't going to say anything because it's been a while since I've done these older ones. But that's a dry mop. This is so weird. I should have known. It's just been a long day. I should have known it wasn't. We've got some dirty water coming up. I think we're gonna work. I'm gonna do a couple mop washes just to get it nice and primed. Okay, I think I got it fixed, but I'm not quite sure. It's been a big mess. I've been working on this for a half hour. Somehow I was like, I need to prime that pump. Now, I'll show you how I did that, but it might be just as simple as go to the settings, dock settings, clean the washboard. This pump did start working. Clean the washboard.
Start cleaning washboard base.
The robot's gonna come out. You're supposed to take this out and then the water starts flowing.
Please remove the washboard.
I want to see if the water comes out. Again, you're supposed to take this out, but I just want to see if it started coming out.
Clean water starts out flowing.
Yeah. See, I'm getting water out. So the water pump is, maybe that's a different pump. I wouldn't think so. Again, see, it is coming out. I thought I had a blockage. I took the filter off.
Clean water outflowing process ended.
Now, I did get this squirt bottle. It was really hard. This has just got water in it. I opened this up barely. You can't take the tank off and you can't take the lid off, but if you open the lid just barely, you can take that tube off the clamps and then you can squirt. I hooked the tube up to this and I was squirting water into that tube to kind of prime it. Sorry about that, it was super loud. I manually took that tube, I left it hooked up to the big spot, but where it goes down into the tank, I put it around here and I squirted a few squirts. I don't know if I had to do this or just do that washboard cleaning. It seems to be working. I've never really kind of kept track of how much water it does. It is putting water in there now when I do a wash. You can kind of see it at the very beginning. You'll see water shoots in, but I don't really see it shooting in while it's doing the rest of the cleaning, but I don't know the exact process. I got the L40 here. I've been trying to compare it, but I don't know if that line's getting air in it or something. I'll keep an eye on this. We're gonna remop that room and we'll, I've washed the mop pad enough. It didn't need to wash it. Hopefully, we're gonna see if the tank is filled up. I've got it on maximum wetness and we're gonna remop this area just to kind of verify what's going on. Because it never even filled the water tank up in the inside. At least the mop pads are wet. I have verified that. And I'm gonna be late for supper. I gotta get going. This was supposed to be done 45 minutes ago. Now the mop pads are really wet. I don't want that just to be the wetness. I can hear a pump inside the robot kicking on. And it should be pumping water, spraying it down. You know, I never tried. I wonder if we can. I wonder if we can see. Yeah, you would think you'd be able to see the water being sprayed. I think I can see droplets of water being sprayed down. You know, we never know what we're going to do. I need a high-powered flashlight. We just went down a rabbit hole. I think the mop pads are staying wet, like they would have been dry by now. Now we'll hear the pump. You can hear that water pump. It'll go zzz. I think the water pump's working. It did fill the robot up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that floor is super wet. Those mop pads definitely would have been dry by now. Okay, yeah. It is super wet everywhere. It actually did an excellent job of cleaning. Like, I tell you, you learn something every day. That's an excellent job of cleaning. I mean, it cleaned all of that.
Mopping completed. Return to the dock to charge.
So there's a little bit of dirt on there. Not too bad, but this has been a pretty heavily used floor. It might be. Do we want lots of water? We've been hearing people say, turn the water down. Maybe we turn the water up. I don't know. I want to see if water's going to go in this tube. That's the key. You can see air bubbles in that tube.
Start charging.
See?
Start cleaning mop pad.
Here it goes. Okay, see the water? So it is working. I do see water being sucked into that tube. Boy, I've never had that. It says it's adding water, cleaning mop pad. That's, man, I love when we learn stuff. And you learn stuff by the errors. That was an amazing job. I never would have turned it up that high. So maybe that's the key. For the ones that don't have the sensors, you turn the water up really high. Well, I think it's working. Like, time will tell. I'm going to bring the other, I got the L10S. I'm going to bring the Pro Heat or the L10S Heat over and just kind of do some verifications with it. But man, I learned something. Don't let robots sit around for 4 months. They might get air in them and they can't get out or something. So hope you had fun today. This is, I should label this, you won't believe what happens at the end. I do apologize for not catching that, not cleaning, and I didn't even catch it wasn't wet. That's, man, I just, sometimes you just don't expect it, and so that just reminded me to pay more closer attention to these robots. Again, this was the first look. I mean, hopefully it wouldn't have been my review that I did that. I'm not expecting much on the first look. I'm just justifying it, what I'm saying, but Again, you never know what's going to happen. This was so unexpected, but in real time. Hopefully, maybe this will help somebody if they ever have a pump that's not primed. Because sometimes people will put robots up for 4 or 5 months because they're remodeling or something, and then they get them back out and they don't work. So I may have to look into priming that pump. Hopefully they can find that in this video. I know it's towards the end. Maybe I'll make another video and show it. But anyway, thanks, everybody. Look for the review. Comparisons coming up. Lots of exciting robot videos coming up. They're releasing really, really quick. Let me know what you want to see. Again, I sent the X40. The Saurus 10, the white one here might be going back too. It's got a squeaky wheel. Now the Saurus 10R has been doing really good, but I think the Saurus 10 clean mops better. And I got a video comparing those two. They're completely different in mopping. So be sure and check that out. I did send the X50 back. It's gone. But I got a new one coming for tomorrow. So looking forward to that. All of this would not be possible without you. So I really do appreciate everybody. I'll put links to it underneath the show description notes. You may not want to buy it yet after watching this video. I don't know. Anyway, see ya. Have a great day. I got to go eat supper. I'm super late. Bye. Who's a good girl? She's camera shy. Oh, you're a good girl. Say hi, Fiona. Good girl. You're a good girl. And here's Miss Fiona. I was doing some videos at home and she came to visit. She misses me when I go to the studio now.